Thank you, Connor. Good morning. Today is Monday, November 10th, 2025. This is an adjudicatory hearing before the Massachusetts Gaming Commission relative to the suitability of Anuj Danda as an individual qualifier to Penn Entertainment, which is the parent company of the Category 2 gaming licensee, Plainville Gaming and Redevelopment, LLC, doing business as Plainridge Park Casino, PPC. My name is Jordan Maynard. I'm chair of the commission. I'm joined today by my colleagues, Commissioners Eileen O'Brien, Brad Hill, Nikisha Skinner, and Paul Broder. The entire commission will preside over the hearing and decision of this matter. This hearing will be conducted in accordance with 205 CMR 101.01, the informal fair hearing rules outlined in 801 CMR 1.02 and Chapter 30A of the general laws. This hearing is being conducted via remote collaboration technology is being recorded. A notice of hearing dated October 10th, 2025 was issued to the parties. The notice identified the issues that today's hearing is intended to address. Specifically, the commission will focus its review on whether the facts presented constitute clear and convincing evidence that the suitability standards set out in general laws, Chapter 23K, Sections 12 and 16, and 205 CMR 115.01, subsection 1, have been met. There are two parties before us today, and each are represented. I will ask Attorney Kennedy and then Attorney Soriano, please identify yourselves and your teams and advise the commission as to whom everyone represents. Let's start with Attorney Kennedy. Good morning.
Good morning, Chair. Good morning, Commissioners. Nathaniel Kennedy on behalf of the IEB. With me today are IEB Director Caitlin Monahan, Chief Enforcement Counsel Kathleen Kramer, Lieutenant Scott Walker, and Trooper Julio Perez of the Massachusetts State Police, and Financial Investigation Manager Zong Fei Zhu, representing the Financial Investigations Division on behalf of Paula Eldridge, who she's standing in for today.
All right, thank you. Attorney Soriano.
Good morning, Chair Maynard and Commissioners. Christopher Soriano on behalf of Penn Entertainment Incorporated and the applicant, Anuj Danda, who is present. Also present is Justin Carter, who is the next agenda item for the Commission's hearings today. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. At the conclusion of my opening comments, the proceeding will commence with opening remarks. Each party will be offered the opportunity to make a statement, though it need not do so. After opening statements, we will move to the presentation of the evidence. The IEB will be called upon to present its findings as described in the investigation report. Any commissioner may ask any question of anyone presenting information at any point during or following the presentation. At the conclusion of the IEB's presentation, Mr. Danda, through counsel, will be afforded an opportunity to ask questions of any individual who presented information on behalf of the IEB relative to any matter addressed in the investigation report or to which they spoke. At the conclusion of the IEB's presentation, Attorney Soriano and Mr. Danda will be given the same opportunity to make a presentation. He may call any witness and present any other evidence he desires. The commission has directed in the notice of hearing that Mr. Danda be available if called upon to testify. I will note for the record that he is here. Additionally, the commission may require any of the IEB investigators to testify to their findings. Either party may raise an objection it desires at any time, any objection. However, the basis for those objections must be clearly stated. Finally, at the conclusion of the presentations of all the evidence, Attorney Kennedy and Mr. Danda, through Attorney Soriano, will be provided an opportunity to make closing remarks, summing up their view of the evidence. Again, this is optional. Before we begin, I understand that there are two exhibits for consideration at this hearing that have been exchanged by the parties in advance. Those exhibits are as follows. Exhibit 1, the notice of hearing dated October 10th, 2025, and Exhibit 2, the IEB's investigation report dated October 9th, 2025. Are there any objections to any of these exhibits being marked and entered into evidence?
No objection from the IEB.
No objection from the applicant, Chair. We stipulate.
Thank you. So we will admit those into evidence. If either party would like to have any additional documents entered into evidence during the course of the hearing, please ensure they're properly introduced and marked for the record. The commission anticipates that its inquiry at this proceeding will be related to the matters addressed in the investigation report and contained in the notice of hearing. If a line of questioning conducted by the commission moves into an area that's not been included in the report or the notice, but is material to the final determination of the matter, any party may request a recess in the proceeding to review the issue. The commission will deliberate privately and make a final decision after the conclusion of the evidentiary portion of the hearing. A written decision will be issued as promptly as possible. If at any point during the commission's deliberations it determines that further testimonial or documentary evidence is desirable, it reserves the right to ask the appropriate party to provide such evidence prior to a final decision being made. We will now swear in all the witnesses. Counsel, are all the individuals you anticipate presenting testimony in this matter present on this call?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. If there's anyone that joins later that needs to testify, it's up to you to let me know, okay? Anyone that's going to be testifying, please raise your right hand at this time. Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will provide before the commission at this proceeding will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Thank you. I will note that all responded in the affirmative. Given the nature of a suitability review, excuse me, there is necessarily a significant amount of personal or commercially sensitive information that the commission is being called upon to consider. The public discussion of such information may result in an unwarranted invasion of an individual's personal privacy or may place an entity at a competitive disadvantage if such information were to be publicly discussed. For the commission to be able to effectively and diligently execute its legal obligations prior to making a finding of suitability, it must be at liberty to fully inquire relative to any of these sensitive matters without compromising the individuals or entities involved. To do otherwise would be, at a minimum, unfair and potentially unlawful. Accordingly, my colleagues and I may elect to exercise the discretion afforded in accordance with 205 CMR 101.01, paragraph 7, to close this proceeding to the public and fully address certain matters. Either party may also request that portions of this hearing be closed to the public, and any such request will be considered in turn. Before we begin, it's my understanding that a pre-hearing conference was conducted with representatives of Penn Entertainment, the IEB, and our legal department, at which procedural and evidentiary issues were discussed. Do either of the parties have any preliminary issues or objections they would like to raise? I'll note the stipulation from Mr. Soriano earlier.
That was the only matter I was going to address, as the stipulation to the report.
All right.
Nothing further on our behalf, Chair. We're ready to proceed.
Thank you. I will ask then that Attorney Soriano please proceed with any opening remarks he would like to make on behalf of Penn and Mr. DeHonda.
Morning, Chair and Commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to be here today, and I'd like to thank the entire IEB team that conducted this investigation. I believe, based on the statements made in the report and the thorough background investigation that was conducted, that Mr. Donda meets the standards of suitability by clear and convincing evidence, and respectfully request that the Commission so find. If appropriate, Chair, we would defer to the IEB for its presentation at this time and then make some brief closing comments following that.
That works for me. All right. We're going to turn to back to Attorney Kennedy and ask that you make any introductory remarks you would like to make, and you can move directly into your presentation.
Thank you. I will be moving directly into my presentation. First, starting out by thanking Financial Investigations Chief Monica Chang and First Lieutenant David Collette of the State Police for their work overseeing this investigation, as well as Investigations Manager Paul Eldridge and Trooper Julio Perez, who actually conducted the investigation of Mr. DeHonda. Mr. DeHonda is a qualifier for Category 2 gaming licensee, Plainville Gaming Redevelopment, LLC, which operates Plain Ridge Park Casino. Mr. Donda has submitted all of the required forms and complied with all of the IEB's requests for supplemental and updated information during the investigation. The IEB also interviewed Mr. Dahanda and he's been cooperative and forthcoming throughout the entire process. In keeping with the IEB's established protocols for background reviews of qualifiers, we verified identity, confirmed financial stability, integrity, and reviewed litigation history, searched criminal history, verified that there was no prohibited political contributions made in Massachusetts, and conducted checks of open source and law enforcement databases. Mr. Dahanda is a member of the board of directors for Penn Entertainment, which is the parent company of Massachusetts Category 2 licensee Plainville Gaming Redevelopment LLC, doing business as Plainridge Park Casino. Mr. Dahanda does not report to any individual within Penn Entertainment, and he also has no direct reports. His role is to be present for 5 annual board meetings and overseeing the company and its management. He explained in his interview that he sits in a fiduciary duty to monitor management and represent the interests of shareholders. Mr. Dahanda, his other work experience include currently working as the CTO and transformation officer for Albertson Companies, which he oversees the company's technologies. He holds a PhD in philosophy and a master's degree in business administration from Rutgers University, and a bachelor's from the University of Delhi in commerce and business. Mr. Dahanda has disclosed that he does not hold a gaming license in any other jurisdiction. However, the investigation does not uncover any derogatory information that would indicate that Mr. Dahanda lacks the requisite financial stability, integrity, background to be deemed suitable in accordance with the criteria established in the Massachusetts gaming laws and regulations. The IAB recommends the commission issue a positive determination of suitability, and this otherwise concludes the presentation for Mr. Dahanda's suitability. I would submit our team for any questions that the commission may have.
Do any commissioners have any questions for Attorney Kennedy or other members of the IEB relative to the presentation? Does Attorney Soriano have any questions for Attorney Kennedy?
No questions, Chair. Thank you.
We will now turn to the presentation by Attorney Soriano. Chris, you can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Again, good morning, commissioners. Thank you for the opportunity to be present today. Mr. Dahanda has, again, as stated by the IEB, fully cooperated with the investigation. His background report is clean, and I believe he's established by clear and convincing evidence the standards of suitability, and respectfully request that the commission so find based on the record of this proceeding. Mr. Dahanda has been on our board since 2024. I've gotten to work with him on a personal basis through his appointment to our compliance committee, where he served for a little over a year as his initial appointment. Certainly had a great head for compliance, really understood the facts and circumstances surrounding gaming compliance, and was a valued member of our compliance committee during the term that he spent on it. And we're lucky to have him as a member of our board. And certainly, again, appreciate the commission's consideration of this matter. Mr. Dahanda, any comments would you like to make?
I'd just like to thank the team for a very thoughtful and thorough investigation and being very, very respectful. So really appreciate that. And I would say to the commission that I look forward to working with the commission to make sure that, Penn Entertainment operates at the highest levels of integrity and compliance. And I'd certainly work towards that. Thank you for the time.
With that, Chair, we rest. Happy to answer any questions the commission may have.
Well, thank you, Mr. Dahanda, and thank you, Attorney Soriano. Commissioners, do we have any questions for either one of them? Are there any other individual? Please.
A quick question for Attorney Soriano. Chris, I know it's a very minor point, but I noticed in part of the paperwork in the file, Dr. Dahanda's email is a Gmail email. Is there also a Penn email that presumably he uses to communicate about all matters related to Penn and his service on the board?
Commissioner, that we do not have. Board members typically do not have their own company email addresses. I know Mr. Dahanda, and as you can correct me if I'm wrong, has a separate board email account that he's created for all Penn board matters. but our board members do not typically have company-specific email addresses.
That is correct.
Understood. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Broder. Any other questions? All right. Do we have anybody we would want to hear from? All right. Does the IEB have any questions, Councilor Kennedy?
No, I do not. Thank you.
Now that we've heard all the evidence in this matter, before we move to closing remarks, I'd like to turn to my fellow commissioners once again and make sure there are no further sensitive or confidential issues anybody would like to explore that would benefit from closing this proceeding to the public under our regulations. All right, we will move to closing remarks. Each of the parties are afforded an opportunity to do so, though they need not. Would Attorney Soriano or Mr. DeHonda like to proceed with any remarks?
Chair, we'll waive a closing other than to again thank the entire IEB team and the commission for your consideration here today.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Attorney Kennedy.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I would just like to reiterate that the IEB conducted a thorough investigation of Mr. Donda. We recommend that the commission issue a positive determination of suitability. Again, I'd like to thank the IEB team that participated in the investigation, as well as Mr. Donda and Mr. Soriano for their transparency and cooperation to assist this process. And finally, thank you to the commissioners all for your time this morning.
Thank you. All right, unless there's anything further, we will now conclude this portion of the proceeding. Does anybody have anything further?
No.
No.
All right, the commission will deliberate about this matter in private later this afternoon. Commissioners, we will now adjourn this proceeding and enter to the next adjudicatory proceeding set to begin at 11:30. Is that a separate, I'm going to ask, separate link, Judy?
That is correct, Chair. We will end this one, and then the next invitation is in all of your calendars.
So Justin just got to support Anuj is what happened here. Now we'll go into the other. So
I'm here for that, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Soriano.
Sure, if I may. Now, Judy, I think we only have this link. So if there's a second one, if you could just forward it to me and I'll get it to
Stand by
Justin.
and I'll make sure everybody has it.
Thank you. And we'll be back at 11:30 then if that's the case.
Yep. And Judy, I'm assuming we'll have to wait till 11:30 to get Mr. Carter started.
That is correct. It is the posted hearing time, Chair.
Perfect. So everyone have a good day. I will see you, most of you, all at 11:30. And I hope, Mr. DeHonda, that your travel woes are cleared up soon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Thanks.